Hello guys, my name is Wilson and in this video we are fighting Aschetius, the endgame boss.
Don't forget to subscribe.
So in this video I'm showing you the 6 teams I used to fight this boss, and as I said previously in a video before, this boss is really hard. You need extremely good heroes, especially exclusives like Rook and Flora, and you need the good supports like Cineral as well. Sorry about my voice, I got a cold, so my voice looks a bit weird, but that's fine. I'm just gonna show you my teams, guys. So as you guys can see, I don't have like huge teams. I'm using a lot of epic heroes, and as you guys can see, I don't have like I'm not using any exclusives, as you guys can see. In these teams I have the Pte, but the problem of Pte is without Orfina, it doesn't work that well. I already tried with other Thunderbolt heroes, and Tarival can do a better job with Shelter and Suta. So for this boss, you really want to have debuff immunity and some other buffs. Alright, so I think I'm just going to the training because it's easier to show you guys all the stuff. I'm not sure if I can go into the fight. No, I can't because it was already challenged. That's alright. We go here to the camp, and I'm going to show you because I want to show the timings. I can't show you the timings there. So let's see. So first one is this one, 70 millions. So some of the teams I don't have any timings just because it works better with the RNG. Just for example, it's not day 1 anymore, but I use these teams for day 1, and on day 1 I did 70 millions, today, day 2, I did 76. Okay, so this boss, it's really hard. You need to do a good calculation with your timings and everything, so unless you want to manual everything, this boss is really hard to handle, because he gives you knock-up and ultimate energy down to your hero with more HP, so of course that will influence your damage. Okay, so this is my first team, the one I did 70 million damage, and as you guys can see, it's a Ice Blast team. I don't have any timings on this team. I have Aladia giving us a shield. I showed a similar team to this one on a previous video, so I'm sure these teams will suit a free-to-play player, not a player with more legendaries. Of course, if you have the best legendaries, you have the exclusives, you'll be able to do 100 million or even more. If you have Rook, for example, you can do 200 million. But I don't have any of those heroes, so I need to use what I have at the moment, which are these ones. Still, I'm not sad with my rank. I was able to rank on 200 something yesterday. Today is 160 something, but that's just because not everyone already did the boss today. So let's keep going. So I have Sheena. Sheena will apply the Witch's Remain as much as possible, of course. We have Gertin with the Blooms of Brina. This is a really good exclusive artifact for Ice Blast heroes, attack percentage, crit rate. Then I have Aladia with Tailmister, and then I have Cyril set. She works really well with Cyril set because she's constantly activating this attack penalty and activating Cyril set as well. Then I have Naja. This is one of the new Ice Blast epics, which works really well as well. And then we have Astian, and I got the Chest of Radiance. This artifact is really good to boost all your team. It's going to be the healer. I give the Ancestral set as well. This is another thing you want to use, is Ancestral set. You want to use at least one Ancestral set and one Cyril set at least. And then it's up to you, but the Ancestral set is really nice because it's going to reduce a little bit the damage all over your team. And then the Cyril set will give some attack percentage to all your team. Then I have this wild team. Again, this one I have timings. I have timings for V-Cook just to cleanse all the debuffs. Okay, so this guy will cleanse all the debuffs at 26.5, just because this boss takes a little bit with the animation to apply the debuffs. So 26.5, cycling 30 seconds. That's the only timing I set. Everything else is on auto mode. As I said, If you play with the RNG, eventually you will do more damage, just because your heroes will do more damage if they don't have a timing. So on these guys, I just need to set the equipment. On these guys I have the Rarich, will be the guy applying the Witcher's Remain. And, oops, sorry, let's go back. So attack percentage, then I have Felicity. As you guys will see, most of the sets I used in one team will be on all the other teams, just because it's the best sets I have. Then I have Tonalam with Ravatrix, another set of Shade of Death and attack percentage. And then we have Vcook, of course. This guy has the Chest of the Radius, just because his ultimate works with just targets max HP, so makes not a big difference. I give him accuracy as well, because he cannot apply attack penalty with the battle skill, so each 9.8 seconds he will apply attack penalty, we hope, and activate the serial set. And finally we have Frubart. Frubart will give some healing with this battle skill, and that's why I'm giving the Solar King's Horn, just to give this increased allies damage by 5% until 3 stacks. And the Ancestral set, of course, and you want to give him some defense percentage to increase the healing from the battle skill, and of course some accuracy as well to have a chance to apply attack penalty. Another one, we want as much debuffs as possible. Then we have another team, this is a burning team. These teams are really good if you have the right heroes. I hope I had Aschetius for this one. It will be a great deal. But I have these guys, they did a decent job, but this is what it is. These guys really are. So I have Ugok, okay. So I'm casting at 25, we want 26.5, just for safety. That is going to cleanse the debuffs. I have the Calavera as well, and 3 burning characters. So Ugok, I gave the Chest of the Radiance because he heals with enlightenment and also attack percentage, so with this is going to give some more stats to all the team. I have a serial set because, like Vcook, he applies attack penalty with the battle skill, and this is it. Then Calavera, same thing, I'm using like Frubart with defense percentage, and the Solar King's Horn is going to heal all the allies with ultimate and give defense up. This one is really tricky. If you give the defense up before the boss, because one of the skills that can steal buffs, he will get defense up. We don't really want that because it's going to reduce our damage, but that's something I will sacrifice eventually, just because I don't want to delay for 10 seconds my healing. This way, every 2 cycles, so every 2 times the boss casts the skills 2 times, will be 60 seconds, so it means I'm going to heal 3 times and not 2 if I cycle my skills every 30 seconds. So eventually he will steal my defense up, but that's alright. Then we have Mashtan. This is one of the legendaries for season 4. She's really good with burning characters, she does a lot of damage, as you guys can see, attack percentage, crit rate, poison of swamp. Then we have Paxton with the Witcher's Remain, he's really good to apply burn stacks. And then we have Arases, so he will be like our finisher. So with the Ravatrix, this guy will dispel all the burn stacks and do damage according with how much burning stacks you have. Then we have this Dauntless team, so on this one we have timings as well. So in this case we are using Catherine to give some debuff prohibition, which is really debuff block, which is really good. So let's check the gear. So is this one. So we have Tarivol with the lamp. This lamp is really good for Dauntless characters. We have another set of Shade of Death, Strike of them prepared, these gloves, the Carnage gloves. So I really recommend to use the other sets. So let's have a look. This one here, I recommend to use the Echo of War. I'm not using Echo of War just because I don't have a chest with attack percentage. I farmed a lot and I don't have a chest with attack percentage. Another recommendation, guys, just try to level up all your heroes to 100. I don't have them at 100 because I don't have more stamina to use. Then we have Shelter with the Queen's Fan, really good for the revive damage. we have this set on Clean Bloodline, is really good with Shelter. Then we have Suta, really good as well to this team. A Shade of Death set, and you guys can see the stats: 50% crit rate, some crit damage. Then we have Ardret. Ardret will be the one afflicting the Witcher's Remind defense penalty. So because of that, I gave her the serial set to activate it when she's using the ultimate. Of course, she's really fast, 14.6, so with this she will cast a lot this defense penalty. And then we have Katarina, so Ardret will increase the healing of Katarina, which will be really good. I have Wazi set, some healing from her, and she will give debuff immunity, which will help a lot to prevent all those debuffs and increase our damage. Then we have this team. This is my weakest team. So on this one, I have 2 defense penalty tools working. So I have Tia casting at 22, and I have Crazy Tia casting at 11.7. So Tia has this set. So she doesn't have an accuracy, but she's using the conch. So with this, she will apply defense penalty if she doesn't inflict any debuff with the ultimate. So I don't have any accuracy, so I'm not going to apply any debuff on her, on the boss. So because of this, I will apply the defense penalty. And then Poesitia will apply the defense penalty with the Witcher's Remind. She also will apply attack penalty, some healing prohibition, and some recharge speed penalty, which will be good to decrease the stacks of the boss. I'm using the serial set because she applies a lot of debuffs, so she has a higher chance to keep this buff on. Then we have Roberta with the Poisons of Swamp. We have this set. Then we have Taurine with the Everlasting Diamond, will give me enlightenment and increase my healing, which will be really cool. We have Ancestral sets with some enlightenment. This set will be really good to reduce the damage on my team. And then blending with Ravatrix and the Shade of Death set. And finally, we have this team. This is my final team with some debuff immunity. So I'm using this guy, will give debuff immunity, which is pretty good. I'm using him with Ancestral sets, some attack percentage from this chest of the radius, which will increase my shield from the ultimate. Then the Voresh with the Witcher's Remind with the Emissary set. Then we have Fenja, another Everlasting with the Oasis set, and the Mona Lisa to increase our healing. And then I'm using Drist with some Rascal Slingshot. I'm using a serial set to give 15% attack to all my team, and since he can flick these frosts from these skills, will increase the chance to get this effect up a lot of times. And then we have Auster. We will do a lot of damage. I have some accuracy on him, but I have the conch on him, so every time I use the ultimate and he misses this frost, he will apply defense penalty, and this works really well on him because his ultimate will recharge faster every time the boss has frost on him. So if I use the ultimate more often and I don't apply frost, I will apply defense penalty, which will be really cool and will increase my damage. So this was my final damage for today, 321 million damage for day 2. Day 1 was similar, you guys could see on my thumbnail, I did similar damage to this one. So today I'm ranking 163, and eventually I will fall a little bit. I will be around 200 something, but we really need to be fast because the boss is already on 21.51%. So you guys know, when we reach 50%, the difficulty will be even higher. Alright guys, so if this boss is already hard, I can't imagine how it will be when it reaches 50%. Alright guys, I hope these teams help you guys to give you some ideas and some plans to build your teams. Sorry about my voice, it's just got a big cold and I'm still recovering. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this boss and you can build some teams to do some big amount of damage. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, don't forget to leave that like and subscribe to my channel if you want to follow more content like this. Thank you so much and see you next time.